Oh my god. I want to solve this game. Why is it making it so hard? Oh, I found the king.
Oh.
He dropped a pet. Oh, I don't want to hurt the pet. I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember if I hurt the pet or not. Just waiting for the ad to finish. It's supposed to play before I even get near to this. Uh, and yet, for some reason, always exceeds like my 5 minute start time. It's supposed to start way earlier. Anyways, hi, hello, welcome, good evening. Hi, Max. Hi, Captain Canuck. How's it going? Oh, I should probably set up. Hold on a second. Wait. Hold on. Wait. I forgot to do a thing. Commands. Terminals. Hold on. And I don't have a link for this, so I'm just going to copy this link. There we go. And do that. And now I have to make sure all the commands are enabled. Alright. And then... there we go. Good, that worked. That alert... I have to...
S. Laying time.
I have to fix that alert. The picture's supposed to go beside, not in front. I'll have to look into what's going on there. Thank you, for 44 months of subscription. That's wild. Thank you so much for that. That's buck wild. Just popped in to say you really liked the Alien Isolation stream the other night. Like that? Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I don't know if I'm ever going to touch that game again, but I'm glad you liked it. Oh no, you auto-fished away from 6969. I'm sorry, Eno. But you know what? I know you had it. You know you had it. For a moment in time, all was right in the world. Anyways, hi, hello, welcome, good evening. We're going to be playing Slay the Princess tonight. Specifically the Pristine cut, which is the expanded version of the game. It has many more endings and many more lovely drawings. And yeah, it's just gonna be, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I've tried the original demo of this game like yonks ago, and then left it at that because I wanted to, I basically wanted to wait until the Pristine cut. And then, as luck would have it, Terminals got their hands on keys, and I applied and actually got one, which is amazing. So I want to, just to get the things out of the way, thank you so much to Terminals.io for giving me the opportunity to actually play Slay the Spire, the Pristine cut. I am super stoked to play this. Anyone who has been following me for a while will know that I'm a huge fan of Abby Howard. Since I love Scarlet Hollow. I've also read... did I say Spire? Slay the Princess, not Slay the Spire. Sorry, brain crosswire there. Thank you, Ina, for catching that and correcting it. I appreciate that. But like, I've been a huge fan of Abby Howard. I've read basically all of her comic books and comics and everything. Love Scarlet Hollow. And now I get to play this, and I'm really excited to do that. So, with all that being said, how about we get into it? Because we're gonna probably end up running through this game many times. This game has 131 achievements. That's insane. I think it's like one for every ending, and then there's 31 hidden achievements. Wild. Oh my god. Okay, well, obviously we're not hitting all those tonight, but I don't want to do too much talking because I want to do as much playing as I can. So I'm going to hit play and wait for it to launch because there's always a dramatic delay. You know, the only way I could hit every possible ending is one, if I pulled up the guide that they sent me. I actually do have a method to get to see every ending, or at least all the new Pristine endings. But two, if I skipped literally all the text in everything, and that feels wrong. So, okay, this is a horror game and not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website, blacktabacatgames.com, if you need a list of specific content warnings. Yeah, there's just going to be a blanket content warning across all of this for, like, self-harm, suicide, murder, body horror, suicidal thoughts, abuse, probably. There's a lot of things in this game that are going to be touched on, so... yeah. Brace thyself. Slay the Princess contains flickering images as well as parallax effects and all that jazz. This? Not Alien? No. Okay, Captain, you need to pay attention when I said I wasn't going to be playing the game again after Friday. It was a one and done. I played it because it was voted on, and I tried it, and that was it. And tonight is just a one and done. You heard that? Then I'm confused about your confusion. Tonight we're playing this. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there's only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. The hero and the princess. Okay, I'm gonna aim for sticking to my guns.
In the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Mm-hmm.
You're here to slay her.
Is there an auto?
If you don't...
Hold on a second. Is there auto advanced? Yes, there we go. If you don't, it'll be the end of the world. Oh, we're up to choices, alright. No exploration this
You
time
make your
around.
way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay. Do a murder. Got it.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I will say, Captain Cook, give the game a
The door
chance.
to the basement creaks open.
It is a horror
The
game.
staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason.
Like I said, this first run, I'm just going to try and go straight for it, and then we'll start poking around.
Walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy
I gotta figure out why
chain around her
my chair's
wrist,
making these
binding her to
creaky
the far
noises.
wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Mhm.
You step forward.
No talking.
On the
All
blood
business.
tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
I think I know this voice actor.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Okay. Do it.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago.
Is the voice actor Ivy? What's her name? Ivy Dupler? Dupler?
But is it over? Really over? Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs.
Job
closing
done.
The door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel
True.
at least a little bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all.
Oh, okay. That's what that is. Where Lush Forest stood mere minutes ago.
What?
Oops. Oh well.
Everyone is fine.
There's a void.
It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy. This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just going to stay here forever, right? Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are? Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please shake yourself out of it We have to get out of here.
Yeah.
The little voice's pleas fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
I got the good ending. Nicole Goodnight. Okay. Let these credits play out once. For the record, I'm happy to take on audience participation. Oh, actually, this would be a fun game for like Twitch integration. Now that I think about it. But we'll let these credits roll through once, and then we'll cut back into it. Look at all those songs we didn't really hear. Look at all those testers. Oh, Gab Smolders on there. That's fun. Okay. Okay. Main menu. Alright. New game.
You're here.
Alright. Where are we going here? Let's start poking around.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her. Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you. Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Sure.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a
Not
princess
traditionally.
much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Oh, we're getting political.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us
Some
up to
fun
this.
parallax.
If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her. Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules.
Do you not?
I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did. Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those.
Yes, surely not.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it. It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination. Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
No.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Sure.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
It can be both. It can be both. Thank you very much.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Kinda, sorta wish that they had gotten the narrator from the Stanley Parable for this. Kind of feels like that's what they went for, but didn't get that guy, you know? You know what? I'm just gonna pointedly
Let me
fight.
tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Okay.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
The cabin's coming towards me.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fraction
All right.
of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies. You're on a path in the woods.
Chapter 2, eh?
That path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
can assure you that you're not dead and that the princess has yet to end the world, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And to answer your question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Oh, new voice. The voice of the contrarian.
Entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead. You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously.
Now I do.
I am begging you.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat.
If we're stuck
We've
going
seen
in
it
there,
before.
maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Let's keep an open mind.
Okay.
The cabin interior
Oh boy.
wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there,
I like this.
such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. And when everything here is so wrong, listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job. Which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
Fun way of describing that.
Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go.
Alright, I think I understand the contrarian. Contrarian is basically
obviously
goblin mode
Accept it
of anyone
and go with
playing
the
this
flow.
game.
It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task. Ooh, we should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun? You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
I beg to differ.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more. Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done. You take the blade from
Oops.
the table.
Oh no, I meant to look at the mirror.
Okay, fine, you took the knife. Then how are we supposed to hold it? The other way, thumb at the bottom. We'll look much cooler and more serious if we hold it with our thumb at the bottom. It really doesn't matter how you hold the blade, as long as you have it. Just make a choice.
Now hold it
Switch
the other
your
way.
grip on the blade. Congratulations. Yes! Isn't this so much better? It really doesn't matter. Just get on with it and deal with the princess already. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
This really isn't funny.
You reach forward
Oh.
and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Huh.
But it was there a second ago, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Alright, let's go. Let's continue on.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web
Oh
of
boy.
branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost
This I did not expect.
miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
I'm sure this princess is gonna be great.
Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do.
I mean, it does feel like that.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Harsh stairs.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet, the impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows
Oh boy.
cold the further you progress. At first a barely noticeable drop, quickly evolving into a numbing cold. Your toes feel like blocks of ice, your breaths puff out in clouds of condensed vapor. You shudder against it as you continue down the stairway, losing yourself in the bone-deep chill. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you just going to stand there?
Oh, hi.
What
This is
the
new?
hell was that?
In what regard, Morts?
I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess. Eyes
I've never seen that scene before. So this is the Pristine cut Morts, which has added a whole bunch of more stuff to the game.
Get why you're here.
The game now has 131 achievements,
In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
and I believe each of them is for an ending.
You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you.
Your achievement completion is sad.
Try and get our
Oh.
bearings.
Now you got more to do.
What, like you need me to hold your hand and tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. where there was once just one of her,
Seems fine.
there's now another. I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time,
And how are you tonight,
whatever thoughts
Morts?
weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin? I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
I'm kind of liking this direction.
How do you even do that? Where would we start? You could always start by stabbing her. Which her? Any of them. I don't know about you, but I'm sure glad we took that knife with us. I can't believe someone suggested you toss it out the window. Can you imagine?
Oops.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back.
You've-
Kind of hurts to think
Congrats,
about it, doesn't
T3.
it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
It's never luck. It's a bit of luck, T3.
It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
None of them have names.
How?
How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
I don't know how you want me to explain that, T3. Random happenstance aligning you to match with another person. There is a bit of just universe random dice rolling in there, and sometimes it pays in your favor and sometimes it doesn't. Like, I don't there's a bit of luck in it. I'm just gonna leave it that there. Besides, I believe Moritz was, trying to be supportive of you interacting with this thing that obviously you are not super comfortable with. You specified your apparent theme song as being the Benny Hill theme? Thanks. Do you know why you're down here?
It's because I'm dangerous.
Whoops. Damn it. You keep clicking, I don't mean to.
Away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
I don't think what I do really matters, does it? I just want to live my life. I'm a prisoner here, and whether or not you shoved me down here, you're practically my captor at this point. Anything I'd say is tainted by that. Besides, you already know what I'm going to do. If you want to put an end to me, then put an end to me.
Not a single real answer. At least aside from Miss Blood and Destruction. It's infuriating, isn't it? Whose buttons are there for us to press? Whose skin is there for us to get on?
Have I enjoyed the game so far? It's a trip and a half. This is actually only my second run through.
Don't disagree. There must be something we can
We
do.
started the evening off by getting the good ending.
Seems to make things worse. This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we decide what to do?
Yeah, exactly. Good ending with applause.
When all
Yeah.
of them are so different.
I basically did the thing where I did not ask questions, did not engage, and just did the job and left.
Situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only...
I like how the contrarian has become a coward. I don't like how both of these highlight. That's interesting. I don't know if that's a bug or...
Wait, that's not right. Go on.
I'm gonna do all of them.
You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm...
That was really fun. I like that.
A confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in
And how are you tonight, Tubit?
many directions.
And Morts, I don't know if I asked you.
All at once you charge forward, knife beam to slay the princess just as you strike at her bindings and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
Ready for the week to be over? Oh dear.
We can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because
This
this
is
isn't
fine.
fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
Honestly, T3, just giving it the old college try and having zero expectations is probably the best way to go into trying out a dating app and stuff for the first time. Do not set expectations. Just go into it and just see what happens.
Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world...
Ponder what the heck I want to stream for the Ween. Do you have any choices, Marts? Like, do you have a list?
I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
Oops.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. They just don't fit.
You gotta do that on a different site, eh, Tubit?
Moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Graveyard Keeper. Been seeing I kept telling everyone to play Observation. Maybe we should play that. Alright, Tubit, are you asking me or Morts? Have I played Mouthwashing? No, I have watched somebody play Mouthwashing.
Where did she go?
Washing.
Should we try and find her?
Like, I have seen the entire game.
Mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
And, Morris, I don't know how long your streams are. Graveyard Keeper is slow. It's not bad, but it's a very slow game. Especially for the genre in which it works. It's plodding, I think, is the term I would use for it. I don't think it's a bad game, but you can't do a lot on any given day in that game. Does that make sense? Like, it's just a very slow game. And I got bored of it eventually, but just vibing with the idea. If I was going to vibe with a community, I would probably do Observation Dude. That would be my thing. It's a lot more engaging. You can have your community, you know, helping out and spotting things and all that. Like, it can be a much more collaborative experience. And like I said, Graveyard Keeper, slow.
He is. Does that mean that
Not observation duty? Oh, what?
What are we supposed to
Is observation the space game? Hang on. Oh, is this the one where you were the ship AI? Oh, I honestly, I still think that would be better.
You're right. She's gone. It's just us and that
I mean,
awful thing.
I currently have like 7 viewers, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I guess.
There's something dreadful about it.
But that's my opinion.
I don't think you should. No, don't do that. I'm begging you, don't do this.
Now we're gonna look at the mirror. We're gonna look bad.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
It's more than I get for some of my streams. Honestly, it's 700% more than I get for some of mine. So, alright, gaze into the abyss and have it gaze into me. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It me! Just got the body achievement. You're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. The abyssy. Proceed to the cabin. Oh hey, just an effigy. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
I think the worst part about this is there's somebody out there who saw this and was like, nice.
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are
Yeah,
you?
smash, exactly. Somewhere someone is playing the Markiplier sound. Smash. It's Ken Williams' 69th birthday. I don't know who Ken Williams is. I feel like I probably should.
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network.
Nice, exactly, you know.
Wish to be more.
Wood, yeah.
I think that you are like me.
Oh, Sierra. Nice.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to...
Founder of Sierra, husband of Roberta, game designer in King's Quest. So yeah, I get it now.
Fiction.
All I needed was the word Sierra. I just didn't know his name.
They are stretched into
Oh, good for him.
not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. I am sorry that you met this vessel so early in your journey, but they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves. How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Parallel universe. He, on the other hand, thought it was a good idea to give police quests to the guy who was chief of police during the LA riots. Ooh. Ooh, that's not great.
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
I didn't expect to hurdle myself into the existential crisis ending, but here we are. Your therapist took pictures for you, and they're nice? Oh, that's nice, T3. I'm glad. Honestly, a good picture is very important on those apps, so I'm told. Police was forged precisely as conservative and pro-cop as you would expect from a man who was that. I mean, it's an entire game about being a cop. It's an entire series about being a cop. And they came out at a time where being critical of such institutions wasn't really a thing. Because in those games, they're not as bad. I mean, sure, but those games still operate on the idea of you either do your job as a cop correctly or you're a bad cop. There's no exploration of whether that makes you in any way a better person, you know. Those are wild descriptors, T3.
I know only that they are. She is part of me, and part of me is her.
You know, like chaos? Sure. You've been in a police quest mindset lately. I have a game dev idea. Interesting. Only remember 1 and 2, and that was even a solid memory. Yeah, I know my brothers played through them. The only one I remember is number 3.
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends? Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Jesus Christ.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Breathalyzer? Oh, right, yeah.
Everything, until we meet again. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home. Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold. How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. If you need time, then I'll wait with you. You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and
I like how
into a box?
I've gone far less into the horror things that can happen into this game, into the
in another world.
what even is existence
Imaginary
step.
pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Existentialism is horror. I mean, true, Moritz, but like, I don't want to qualify it as. They quit the game. That's very funny. That's very funny to me. If I'm more horror than the spooky ghost, I can handle existentialism a lot more than sorry, the game has an update, so I'm just updating while we talk. Like, I guess I was expecting to hit more of the like more traditional body horror spooky haha stuff. And instead, my second run through was just existential horror and the analysis of humanity. And there's something very funny about that. Whoa!
Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
that's so good. Oh, that's so good. Oh, I love that. Oh, man, you undertaled me. Oh, that's so good. All right, fine. Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
Did I tell you to remember her?
I love when that gets streamers. Yeah, I mean, I liked that everything goes dark and you die. Like, I got the whole, like, oh, the game turned itself off. Fine, that's great. It says something different. You've taken a while before relaunching? Probably.
Woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin.
I just got the achievement of the real Slay the Princess starts here.
You're here.
We are going to be hitting ads soon, so I'm going to pause at that
If
point.
you don't, it will be.
I know. You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or the right on your control. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's go with the enthusiasm part. This makes me feel bad for not being up to date with the Magnus Protocol. I don't know what that is, Moritz.
Within.
Okay. Take the blade.
You take the.
End of the basin. I'm just gonna fast forward through the stuff.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element.
She's got a lot of confidence to her.
Good luck, hero.
Okay, we're gonna pause here. That's the latest podcast that Johnny Sims is working on, sequel to Magnus Arca. I don't know what that is, Moritz. This is fun. I like not knowing most of the stuff you're talking about. I'm learning a lot. But we've got an ad that's about to start. So get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack, go pet a pet, do some stretches, do what you gotta do. And I'm just gonna hit the BRB a little bit early because I need to go to the washroom. And we will be right back after the 3 minutes of ads play so Bezos can gold plate yet another yacht. Okay, I'm back. Oh, the camera isn't. Hold on, camera on me, sir. There we go. Okay, so the narrator guy has a 5-season, 200-episode horror podcast called The Magnus Archive. So you're talking about the narrator of this game right now. It's about an archivist who's hired to go through all these statements of people who have had spooky things happen to them. Each episode is a different statement. There's like a thing that is, even if you're not scared of much, there's one episode of Magnus that will get you.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes
Neat.
with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Oops. Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment,
It does sound like Ivy, though.
to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yup.
Now, I
Pretty
think
awkward.
it's Now why are you here to kill me?
That laugh. I think I'm in love.
Wow, bud. Wild.
I have no idea. To be honest, I don't even know why I'm down here, or how I got here. I was kind of hoping you might be able to shed some light on the whole situation.
Just tell her that.
Too late.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world. I
They?
think.
But I thought you did know how you got down here.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous? Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Mm-hmm.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know.
At the end
Oops.
of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
I mean, that is true.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly?
I like how she's saying this with absolutely no convincing acting in the voice for it.
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is
Right.
about risk.
Every bit of this drips with menace.
All for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Point of clarification, she is a princess, not not the monarch.
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer.
Princesses can be the regent. I guess if they haven't been crowned in. They can be a regent. Yeah, but it wouldn't make them a monarch.
Too long.
Alright.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Mm-hmm.
You know why you're here.
If it's a principality, then she would be a monarch? Really? Let's slay her again.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Holy shit, that hurts!
Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
We can still turn this around.
Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
Excuse me?
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there?
Officially counts according to Merriam-Webster. Sorry, can you elaborate on that?
Internal bleeding is certain to finish the job.
I'm not saying either of you are right or wrong. I just want to learn.
The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain.
Prince or princess are monarch? Oh, okay.
Deep into the
Fair enough.
princess's heart.
Then I guess this is regicide?
Oh,
The two of you
Gotcha.
fall to the floor.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't need to worry over
yes.
such things.
You
Everything goes
doesn't have to be your monarch
die.
in order for it to be regicide. Regicide is just the murder of a monarch.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path,
Have we established you are her subject? No, we have not actually.
Basement.
She is a princess, and I am here to slay her.
you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
They have not stated it as my princess.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
That's
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know that's
Oops.
fine.
Damn it.
It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill. Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of
it's
it.
the third, actually.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her, and yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations, you've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe
This is the weirdest Groundhog Day analog ever.
Oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight.
Voice of the stubborn.
Nothing else matters. I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits. Just be quick about it. Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world. She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you. Oh, this is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions? There's nothing wrong with getting the full picture of what's going on here. Sure there is. It's wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate.
It's wild how much I don't trust the narrator. As much as obviously the princess can and will destroy the world, I don't trust the narrator at all.
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it
Why? He's just a narrator.
that helps,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just the way things are.
Just a narrator, huh?
I didn't know we were special. Yeah, of course you're special. Why else would you be here? I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
Plain and simple Garrick. Yeah, he's just a tailor.
That's what we even need to know. We've got all the reason we need for a rematch.
Which stories are true?
The less you know about
What
it,
about the lies?
better.
Especially the lies.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
I like how I can do that again. Alright, let's head to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Absolutely she
Are you
can.
sure about that?
Yeah.
The point of my warning wasn't to start.
Carlotta, hello. Welcome in.
Circumstances the princess is capable of lying in.
Though, again,
It
because
was to
it's
give
not seeing
you
first time
some
chatter on there.
applicable
Well, hello.
advice. The princess will do and
I have a
say
terrible memory for
whatever
names.
She thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever.
And how are you tonight? How am I? I'm alright. Can't complain.
Let's just get on with it already.
Trying to murder a princess.
The cabin is tighter
Oh.
than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct
all
you
stone now.
towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I don't know what you mean by now, Moritz. I probably just said something and then immediately forgot. Also, I realize I'm covering all of the choices. So we're gonna move the camera over here. Oh, it was always stone. This is the first time I've been here. Nah, don't give me that. I've seen this place as the log cabin. I've seen it hyperimposed with other realities.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the altar, the blade sitting on the
Again
altar.
with the ignoring of the mirror.
There's nothing else in here.
Anyways, how are you tonight, Carlo?
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
You already wasted so much time in the woods. Who even cares if there's a mirror?
Do you know this cabin is lit by gaslight? Mm-hmm.
As do I. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
What's interesting here is, at this point, I can't tell if the narrator's lying or if the narrator can't actually see the differences in the reality. Which is just an interesting thing to think about, because at this point we don't have near enough information to be able to tell that. But it is interesting that it is a point of contention, because everyone in the physical space can see it, but the narrator can't? Or doesn't want to talk about it. Carlotta, this game is called Slay the Princess. This is actually the, I guess, the expanded version of Slay the Princess. It's a game by Black Tabby Games. I'm playing it thanks to Terminals.io, !Terminals, I guess. And you're supposed to slay a princess. And things go weird.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been.
Never heard of this game?
Princess.
I played the demo a long time ago,
So focus up. The world is depending on you.
and then I've just kind of left it for now, and then it came across my desk with the Terminals people. And I'm a huge Abby Howard fan. I love her artwork, her writing, her stories, all of it. I'm also playing another one of their Black Tabby games called Scarlet Hollow, which has just kind of been slowly percolating as they've also worked on this game. So I like it. Okay, let's approach the mirror again.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
But this is like there's a looping narrative going on in the game, with like splintering realities and all kinds of stuff.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
All right, take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar.
It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fear.
I like how it keeps saying that.
Stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
It was threatening last time.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight. As you descend the final
Oh no, she's
the
hot.
form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Oh no. Please, no. Don't do that. Oh, that'd be terrible if you were to do that to me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
All right, fine. I believe you. What? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. You've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember. Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die. I know. You and the princess have been talking about it. You don't have to be so snarky.
You look exactly the same. What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Does it have to be wailing every time?
You haven't decided? We talked more than enough last time. Do you really have anything else to say? Or are you just stalling because you're scared I'm going to kill you?
I mean...
If you want to talk, I guess I can talk. But you should come a little closer first.
You know what? Attack her. Surprise!
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right.
As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
That is a weirdly quiet audio.
You don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart.
Weird kink, but okay.
You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point?
There's a lot of wood in this
So
game.
Don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow. Think it through. And don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action.
But Mommy said don't do that to her.
Listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
Now let's go for the heart.
Plan, then that's your plan. You push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more.
Don't want to disappoint Mother.
You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard. Pull it out. We'll try a different angle.
No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
Nah, let's listen to the voice this time.
The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other, her fiery eyes and masochistic glee practically lighting up the dreary cave.
Yes, you finally get it, don't you? Dying and coming back, clashing against each other over the fate of everything. Forever.
She most certainly did.
Oops.
I hope you've made a mental note of that, hero. There's no more room for doubt.
Oh, wait, hold on. Go back in history. Did she just admit out loud that she's going to end the world if the hero gets out of here?
Yes.
Yeah.
The fate of the world doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is this fight. The only thing that matters is getting stronger. And the only way to get stronger is to win. Even if it takes us...
The only way to learn is by playing, and the only way to play is by beginning.
The princess pulls you into her knee.
We're fine.
But you barely have enough time to notice before the princess follows up and smashes her forehead against yours. Your grip loosens from the impact, the blade still wedged in her arm as you tumble to the cold stone floor.
I said we're fine.
I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing what happened. You might not have said as much, but you certainly implied it. It really doesn't matter. The princess glances down at the blade embedded in her arm, and with near total ignorance to pain, slides it out of its sinewy prison.
Ooh, ooh.
You forgot this.
She tosses it at your feet.
I meant that nothing else matters. It's hard to describe. It's just a feeling. That it's just us. That when we hurt each other, we're alive. And when that happens, everything else is gone.
Oh boy, that sounds like trauma.
You feel it too, right?
I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna take this route and piss her off.
You're kidding, right? You can't just give up. What do you think you're doing? This isn't fair. This is even worse than deciding not to fight me from the beginning.
Stop moping. You're fine. Now get up.
What are you made of? Tissue paper? I didn't hit you that hard. Is this a trick? Are you tricking me? Because why would you? Why wouldn't you? Ugh!
The princess's shoulders tense with fury as she storms towards you. You can see her face flush, her knuckles going white as she clenches her fists, her entire body trembling with a burning rage.
Can't believe you're making me watch this.
Fine. If you want to die like a pathetic little worm, you can die like a pathetic little worm.
I guess I'll see you all next time. She reaches down and grabs you by the throat, lifting your limp form and slamming it forcefully against the wall. Her eyes twitch as her grip tightens around your neck.
I guess we didn't do the slaying this time.
Time, isn't she?
Why? Why are you letting me do this? Why are you making me do this? Why won't you fight back? What more can there possibly be? What are you trying to do? I don't want to think. Why are you trying to make me think?
Her grip hardens. You feel a horrific pop in your neck. She releases you, your numb body crumpling to the stone floor as your vision starts to fade.
What am I supposed to do without you?
I guess I'll see you all next time. I can say that now, right? We're dead? Great. I can't wait to be stuck in this useless body all over again. I won't be seeing you, but I suppose something like me will. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Unleash the power of pacifism on your foe.
You're on a
Oh dear.
and at the end of that path,
I think I've heard this one before. Does it involve a princess? Are you trying to get us to do
This
your
is
dirty
fine.
work?
yes, so you've been here before, and died here before.
Yeah. Twice.
And it's going to be a lot more than that if we don't suck it up.
Oh good, we've got more voices
Fight
now.
her this time.
Alright.
You didn't fight her.
She wanted a rematch. And we wanted to see what would happen if we didn't give it to her. She got so very, very angry with us. And you got so very angry with us too. It was amusing.
I'm sorry, you thought that was amusing? I thought we were breaking a cycle of violence. I thought we were practicing pacifism in the face of mortal peril.
I mean, we were.
I thought we were being brave. Heroic.
Well,
Oh, you're funny. There's no such thing as heroism, and you can never truly die. All we did was look at the same old thing from another angle.
gets out the power washer.
Oh, we'll
I think you're gonna need more than power washer to get through this.
As we've now established, you've already been here, and based on your behavior, I think we can all agree that...
Hold on a second. I'm gonna turn the music down just a little.
Look, you're nearing the point of no return.
It's kind of overlapping the
Next.
voices.
That's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously. Then what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens. Yeah, but is there something after the end? How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I could just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there, if there even is a there.
We've seen the other side. And if you'd really like to know, there's nothing there. A pause, a breath, and then we're back in the woods again.
You know what this kind of reminds me of?
But your opinion on the matter doesn't count.
How convenient.
It's all the
As soon as you get an answer to life's great mysteries, it doesn't count.
all the voices, the internal monologues from Disco Elysium.
I've never made you do anything you didn't want to do yourself. It'll be interesting to see what happened to her. She was so fiery last time. I wonder if we've managed to douse that flame.
I mean, it will be interesting to see what
Better
she's
hope
like.
not.
What she's like when we get there.
Spark.
Hope not. Is that some kind of threat? What could you...
Voice of the addict. You want to lick the vodka raspberry off the counter, don't you? Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to find out? You
Where's my necktie?
freak.
Come on, let's not fight. We've done enough of that already. Good, we're all on the same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her. That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time.
I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
That's fine by me. Let's get moving. I'm itching for a rematch.
Okay.
The interior is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing
Yeah,
nerves.
it's definitely a moisture problem.
Of living meat. That's horrible. It's just meat. If you cut us open, I'm sure we'd look the same inside.
Thank you.
That's why it's horrible. And that attitude is why you're miserable. The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal. Pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. A mirror? There is no mirror. We've done this already. Try to keep up. The repetition is maddening. Oh, you're so impatient. We can look around the meat shack if we want to. It's not like the princess will be leaving without us.
It's true.
I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. Or you're seeing things. That seems far more likely.
What are you trying to say exactly?
It means you're hallucinating. It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just... You take the blade from the pedestal. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? It really is just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now?
Let's just smash it and get it over with. I'm ready to get violent.
Be able to see what's in there if we smash it. It's just a mirror. What we do with it doesn't really matter. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real.
Yeah, Voice of the Cold really reminds me of Disco
Aside
Elysium.
from wasting dangerous amounts of time. You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading to the basement are at once
delightful.
both narrow and grandiose. A high vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic. The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I cannot wait for that line to change.
Rage roars up the stairs.
Do you think that if you let me kill you enough
Hold on. I skipped one line by accident. So you returned after denying me the salvation of combat? Are you here to gloat? You're here to mock what I've become?
Well, we've tried that, haven't we? Now come down and see what your refusal has done to me. See how much you can bear to witness the consequences of your actions.
Oh, we've changed her, have we? I'm intrigued.
Okay.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
And the grand reveal?
The chamber's walls
Oh.
are coated in blood. A deep, sick
I mean...
drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up
Okay.
the floor.
Congratulations, your Divinity Original Sin 2 enemy now.
Skin and burnt
Smash.
center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin.
Smash.
Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff scarf around her wrist.
You know the story they're made out of meat? I do,
Blood
Moritz.
from the place where metal meets flesh.
You didn't smash it last time was how we got here. Yeah, see? My hesitation to smash is what wrought this.
With a nauseating sound, the
Whew.
skin tears. It plops to the ground.
Well, that's a way to do that.
Her red, glistening arm free from her bindings.
They're made of meat?
She is loose, and she is coming for you.
This is the future feminists want.
I like this one.
I mean,
Let's see her do her worst.
this can't be any worse than the future we're currently trajectoried for.
Feel something. Whatever she wants to make us feel, I think it's gonna be bad. But bad is so much more interesting than numb.
Gah! Stop it with all this talk about feelings. The only feeling that matters is the rush of victory.
But we do. It's part of who we are. These are the fleshy threads that bind us together. I'll just have to show you.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready.
Yeah, she's literally just like a Baldur's Gate enemy now.
Destruction. With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound.
Oh my!
No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that. She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality. Huh. It's like I said. Our insides do look like the cabin. In the end, we're all just meat.
In the end, just because she's ripped us open doesn't mean this is over.
How is it not over?
Don't think that I'll allow you death here. I've made that mistake before. No, you will suffer until you see in me what I have seen in you.
That's how. It would seem, somehow, that she is keeping you alive.
Well, that seems convenient.
Sure. Let's see how far we can take this. But the words don't leave your metaphorical mouth. Instead, all that leaves you is a wet and horrible gurgling as tissue vibrates out of place. Our metaphorical mouth.
Oh, I didn't leave you a mouth, did I? It's better that way. Words get us nowhere. They aren't music. They aren't dance. They aren't feeling.
I just realized I've been wearing my sock inside it all day.
Outside your skull by a thin stalk of nerves and viscera, stares back at her in unblinking silence.
Let's see what meaning we can find together. Let's see what we're made of.
Meat, it would seem. Mostly.
Something infiltrates you.
Nice.
So you do not see it, you feel it, slithering into your disaster of a body.
Oh my.
Into the gaps between your molecules.
Mommy.
A sapient creature has, on average, 30 trillion cells. And each one of those cells is composed of 100 trillion some odd atoms. One of those cells is peeled from the others. 100 trillion atoms are gone.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Of course we are. Then two are peeled away.
This is nothing. Nothing.
8, 16, 32. So the waiting is the torture. I do hate dull things. 128. 200.
Yes, I do understand how this
Are you
works.
still there? Are you still you?
1024.
I mean, this accelerates pretty quickly in a bit.
4096. 8100.
Oops.
Do you all feel that? I could have sworn I felt something. 16,384. 32,768. 65,536.
You can't just count us into oblivion.
131,072. 200.
It is quite torturous, I will admit.
144. 524,288.
Man, I really think
It gets higher.
we veered
Really?
into some pretty weird stuff.
Or nothing.
I just expected her to turn into a spider and eat us or something.
1,048,000.
But boy, we've gone places.
Hundreds don't matter anymore.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
2,096,000. 4,192,000. 8,384,000.
I don't like this waiting. You're going to give up before you even start hurting, aren't you?
16,768,000. 33,536,000. 67,072,000. Your eyes are useless. 134 million. The thousands don't matter anymore. Your blood begins to go places it shouldn't.
Nice.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
There's the pain. I can feel it now. But we can handle this. We can't let her win.
If you make this about winning and losing, you're going to lose. You're too connected to your body.
268 million. We don't need to count anymore. Your lungs fill with liquid. You smell things you shouldn't. You choke.
God, that's such a visceral line. You smell things you shouldn't is so menacing.
We're still alive.
You are deconstructed. You are reconstructed. A square you, a round you, a you with too many legs, a you with many mouths which won't stop screaming. Then all of it pressed into a ball, tightly packed into the size of a fist.
What does you even mean anymore? We just keep changing into horrible things we can't control. Make it stop, please. Make it stop. Please make it stop.
You means we exist. And if we exist, then there has to be a way for us to win. Otherwise, this would just be pointless. It would all just be pointless torture.
Yes, she's torturing us. That's the whole point of this exchange. Haven't you been paying attention?
Yeah, Voice of Cold reminds me of Limbic System
Are you
from Disco Elysium. That's what it is.
Yes.
The ball is unraveled into the shape of a body. The skin peels off in a corkscrew. The eyes are plucked. The organs arranged in the air in a neat row.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
No.
Yes.
You are stretched into a line 12 feet long, then 24, then 48. The line gets thinner as you get longer. A mile. 2. 4.
Man, we like our exponential growth of lines,
Still
huh?
there?
Yes.
16. 32. 64.
No.
128.
I'm still here. I'm still me.
You are
Hi,
stretched
YouTube.
and stretched and stretched until
How's it
you are
going?
more than the world itself.
We're currently being.
Again,
Are you still there? Is you still you? Yep.
a tense line of microcosmic tissue held together by forces that are far too weak for the task they've been given.
Do I have to keep answering?
And then the forces disappear. The bonds holding your cells together break. You are 30 trillion little pieces, all of them separate, and all of them falling.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
She sounds exhausted too.
And so,
Oops. Damn it.
you
You sit in these 30 trillion pieces, each second passing in each of them, and before you arrive at the next, each second passing as 1 million years.
That's all I have.
Oh.
And then all at once there is a great rewinding, and all of the disparate pieces that once were you fall dutifully back into place.
Did we win?
You are whole again, and in your body, the body you had before all of this happened, and the princess sits against the wall, her dress of skin more tattered than before, her face sullen and disappointed.
You left me, and there's nothing I can do to bring you back.
Oh. She's been like me this whole time. She's just been hiding it.
There's been a couple of these where, like, I express my care for her, but I don't think we've actually made it there. Like, they're being provided, but I don't think we've done some of the other stories that would garner that kind of reaction.
How? Violence and pain are all I've known. Then here I stay. So you are, and yet I still feel so alone. There is no world outside of us. And there is no us. I don't know, I just wanted something back. Something that was missing. I don't really know what it is, I just know that it's still gone. Different. I am, yes. We're doing all that for such a long time. I'm tired now. Alone? After everything I've done to you, you'd really give me that option?
I praise autonomy.
Are you serious? You're just offering her your hand. You cross the room towards the princess, extending your hand to her. Her eyes, deep wells of buried sorrow, meet yours for a moment. You despicable fiend.
I can't help but notice we're not 100% whole.
Place your hand in hers. You're going to end the world, don't you get it? I can't let that happen. I can't let you leave. I have to... You have to what? Stop us. You leave me, no other choice. You are nothing but a witness. Fine. You and the princess climbed the stairs out of the basement together. In silence. No embellishments. No flowery text describing what kind of silence we share. You've really given up, haven't you? I'm tired. What a shame. But you should really keep going. You have a job to do, don't you? And then you cross the upstairs of the cabin to the door, which you open. And then you step outside and into the ruins of the world you left.
Oh, narrator's gone.
Behind? So he's gone too. It's just you and me now.
Is this the world? It's so cold.
Oh. Blurp. Okay. I see. Okay. I think I'm starting to understand now. A new leaf in a weather book. Find a new beginning with a scorned adversary.
There's only one thing left to do.
So it seems that this seems to be the ending for, I'm going to assume, most of the stories. And every time we bring her to one of these ends, she's going to get absorbed into that thing we saw at the end. And presumably, when we've done all that, they will become whole. And then who knows what happens at that point. The voice falls silent as you approach. Man, how do we look? Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, and you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again. Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same. I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions.
I mean,
The
fine.
vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between. Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward. With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed, but in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you. There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths of our being. Perhaps at the end of this, I will be the one to...
I know we've got an ad starting soon.
Perhaps we will leave this place together and find new horizons to discover. Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Okay.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Interesting.
This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself.
Okay, the ads will be
There is
starting
passion,
very soon.
Empathy buried under her unfeeling skin. She will make for a weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
Okay. I'm going to hold it here because the ads are going to kick in a second. So once again, get yourself a drink, a snack, stretch, pet an animal, I don't know, make an angry tweet, whatever you got to do. And we'll be back in 3 and a bit minutes for more of this. All right. Excuse me. Or delete your Twitter account. That's an option too.
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory. The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have
Hey, Jackie.
rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
I got these options last time. What if I destroy my body?
for you to be but here.
Can I attack her?
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Okay.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Okay, bye. Okay. Bring the fury to her.
You're on. I'm talking. Don't. Look, while
I'm gonna try. I don't know if doing these
Of course. Yeah,
matters.
it's. Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out,
This one's
she
new.
could
I didn't pick
easily
this last
trap
time.
you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your...
We're gonna stick with blade grabbing for now.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the...
Nuh-uh.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way. Don't you dare. It's fine. You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your...
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip...
Then I'm not talking to you.
You stare at the princess, squint. She squints back.
Squint even harder.
Squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink. Doubt, unfortunately, clouds...
Okay, so we did this. Flee.
Are you serious? It's a good idea. We've taken some bad hits, but we've dealt with them too. She has to be feeling it more than we are. Let's regroup upstairs. If we're lucky, maybe she'll just bleed out. Fine. You make a mad dash to the basement stairs, the princess's chains rattling as she tries to chase you, but pulling taut much too soon for her to catch up.
Do you really think you can just walk out of here?
She steps towards you, ignoring her chains. They creak and strain.
Oh dear.
Finally, they break. The links clatter to the floor. Useless.
Ruh-roh.
She's free. Hurry. You push your broken body as she closes in and just barely manage to pass the threshold of the basement doorway before she catches up to you. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
I wouldn't be so sure about outlasting me. You're so brittle. So go ahead, rest. Do whatever you think will help you be prepared.
Oh, she's got a real mean girl vibe to her now.
And then when I find you, I will make you hurt.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence.
I like how my dagger has blood on it
The
now.
ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Nah, it's fine.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
I think I remember this from the demo.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity.
See, this is more what I was referring to more. It's
Strolling down one by one.
this level of stuff.
Maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her. A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe... Shh. That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. I think
Voice
you'll
of the
find yourselves
paranoid.
very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all. We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving...
So I've done that before, so we're going to proceed to the cabin.
A warning. But she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least, she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Okay.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
Surely I will be able to pick that up with nothing grabbing me, right?
You'll need it if you want... Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
Oh,
I'm going
that's
to
fun.
to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath... You're right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there. What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a tape. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. We have to look at it.
Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly.
We shouldn't waste time preening. But if he is lying about the mirror, I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Maybe he's trying to keep us from looking. No, there isn't something horribly wrong with you. You look exactly how you're supposed to look. Now stop second-guessing my every word. Very different.
He changed it, didn't he? It's like he's trying to make us doubt our reality.
Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you... So focus up.
So it's not letting me skip all the lines, even though they are the same, just because there could be different reactions, because now we have the voice of the paranoid with us. So some of these lines I am skipping once I recognize them, like, yeah, okay, we've done that.
Walk up.
This really isn't...
Yeah, and then the mirror's
Can you
gone.
make it go away?
Clearly there was something in there worth... You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult.
Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb? The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself.
Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
Okay.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of
Seems fine.
isolated steps, suspended in darkness.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
I like how it's the same soundbite every time, too.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us. It can't be that hard.
But then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If a knife is even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place.
It'll be enough.
I like how there's an option to just step into the void.
Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago? Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you.
I mean, that's fair.
Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Fine, go left.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think.
What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
That sound
loud as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open.
Did I somehow... No, okay.
What are you doing?
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want...
And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
You sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more?
You have seconds left.
Yes, I'm sure.
Heart, lungs, liver. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Liver,
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
heart, lungs.
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us.
I like the
Matter, she's already
paranoid, or the voice of the paranoid
lose sight of
looping underneath. That's a really fun, like, extra to
weapon is
this.
still in your hands. Liver, nerves,
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to.
nerves.
Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
Liver, nerves.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And
Shit, make her stop.
Hey, snap out of it.
okay, deep breath. Deep breath, we're fine. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. You're back. Lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
One moment,
lungs, liver,
and then you're
nerves,
gone.
heart, lungs,
Just
liver,
like
nerves, heart,
that.
lungs, liver,
Ah,
nerves,
and
heart,
there's the fear.
nerves. She pulls away. Lungs, liver, nerves.
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it?
Nerves.
I've already done that.
Lungs, liver, nerves,
Hmm.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then...
Nerves, heart,
And then?
Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can move without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you? And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me. You seem miserable.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, 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 nerves.
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, 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 nerves, heart, lungs.
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, liver, nerves.
I do like seeing how the pacifist runs kind of work out.
Liver. Are you serious? Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs. You fling the blade into the void, denying yourself the opportunity to ever slay her and finish your mission.
Nobody's happy here, but maybe it's for the best.
You poor deluded thing. Do you think a single moment of bravery changes you into something you're not? I am what I am, and you're always going to be a coward.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete
The tear was
reality of
interesting,
your
though.
existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, rebirth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment. Gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger. Rage. Distance. Poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out.
No. What's happening to her?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
But he doesn't respond.
Oops. I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body is dead, but you live on. See what hides behind her mask. The moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the...
Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing?
There was a princess, I think.
Oh, voice of the broken.
So fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember.
You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you?
I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay...
The moment of clarity. Last track on the pros and cons of hitchhiking.
Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the
Voice of the
only person
opportunist.
that's out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything.
That's not a great view of it, though.
We were supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think.
We're supposed to be unfeeling.
Oh my god, we're all here.
How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart?
We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere. There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything. We love her, so we have to set her free. Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us. This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let...
Smitten's your favorite? Smitten sounds like an idiot.
Of course we're wrong.
She's the only thing that's right. Yes, obviously they're all wrong. What are you going to do about it? Many times. It feels like we've been here forever, but it also feels like we've barely been here at all.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on. What does here even mean if you really think about it? Shut up. You were here.
Every single time.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged.
Oh my god. Okay, I get why you like Smitten more.
It's to be able to forget. I've tried to keep...
He's an idiot, but he's funny.
But they're all...
Unintentionally.
soft. A shame, really.
Don't think about that too hard. All it will do is weaken your resolve and make it that...
Maybe you're shattered in your own way. Are you your memories? Or are you the one perceiving the present moment?
Ugh, here you go philosophizing again. It never goes anywhere.
Yes, this is far from the first time you've asked us about consciousness. Who am I? What am I? What is I? Who even cares? They're good questions, great questions even, but they don't have any answers, and they all just end in quivering torment. It doesn't matter what we do, because we always find her, and if we don't find her, she always finds us.
And then she smashes us into smaller pieces. If you all just stopped feeling, we could have been done with this ages ago.
Your thoughts are far too scattered to rein back in. You're... You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin.
And there's the mirror.
Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it.
He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do.
She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose. They've been hurt too much. It's why they are the way they are.
Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving. Or you could just give up. You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin.
The cabin that isn't there.
You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it.
Smash it to pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it.
Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
Proceed. Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific. That's a new one. Do you think it'll work? Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them.
And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see? We're one step closer to her.
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure they're in. Wrong and unsettling as it may be, the only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor.
Then it's not pristine.
Its edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it to take it.
It's the only way forward.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth. You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep, deep in the bowels of the earth. You see something staring back at you. It fills you with dread. It's her. She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
You really are a coward.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
Joking when I said that way back when. You know that, right?
Closer.
I was having some fun, and I guess I wanted to see if I could melt you.
And closer.
Watching over me forever? That was so brave.
And
If
closer.
Oshell wouldn't be much of an abyss, it's true.
Forever is so long. And time erodes everything. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back.
Yeah, you seem like you're doing great.
And let me out. It'll be so much fun. You and me, together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything. Now don't pause. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I am. And you lost your power so long ago. Don't bother working yourself into...
Sure, some people are into that. It's true.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
You're an object, a tool. You were once something else a long time ago, but it was something... Was that something you, or is it just a dull and jaded memory? There is no other ending here. Just take her hand and set her free. God, this... I gotta say, like, this is a narrative-driven game, right? Like, this is just a choose-your-own adventure. Mechanically, right? But I think it is so interesting how they've messed with, like, a lot of the options. Like, for example, like, the fact that, like, these are all grayed out, they're here, but I can't interact with them. And that other one that actually merged them all together during the fractal thing. I don't know. I think it's just really interesting to see what they can do with the engine that they're working in to subvert. Yeah, they're really using the toys that the Vampire as an engine has. Yeah. They're like, it's interesting to see, not unlike Doki Doki. Yes, that's actually a great example of, like, it's interesting to see, like, here's a toolkit to build this kind of game, and then watching how they can use the toolkit, subvert the toolkit, and utilize the toolkit in atypical ways for unique experiences. And it's just, I love seeing it. Also, I'm just gonna say, because I haven't mentioned this in a while, just as a reminder to people, you can vote games onto the schedule for anything that I haven't marked as abandoned or completed. If anybody wants to see me play more of this, you can vote that on and vote it up. That is one of the things. You can pull up the schedule, you can see how many votes it has, and you can vote for literally anything on the list and move things up the schedule if it's so interesting. Anyways, that all being said, let's take her hand and set her free.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you.
Yeah.
The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
The princess, exhausted, slumps.
Why is it so cold?
Haha! Gotcha! You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost. That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away, just like her. Maybe it won't be gone. Things are different now, aren't they? Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here. Finally, we can smash it. Oh, will you stop with the
I actually kind of want to smash the mirror
what
this
do we
time.
say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves. Yeah. I think I'd like that. Seems we've got a majority.
Do I get to smash it this time? You step towards the mirror once more. Its secrets remain hidden. Its mysteries remain unresolved.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay. It feels... oh, I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet. The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you. I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep. I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor.
Oh, no chance to smash this time. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Oh boy. I've withered. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Okay, approach.
I am a growing chorus.
Oh, I don't like the hands being inside the
A
head.
mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention.
That one I don't like.
To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me? It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it. As easily as you can stand to be you, you are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit, even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
But in Labrador, I guess. I was gonna say, none of it. You're not territory shaped.
This one is a waiting maw, an inevitable destination where all roads end. She will make for a wise heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done. The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me. I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences to burden you with. Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you. The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me. We will know when we near our destination. If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Bring the moment of clarity to her.
You're on a path.
And this is where we're going to save things. And quit. Ah, Cian, hello. I'm just leaving. Apologies. It's 12:30, and I'm slowly trying to walk my time back because I've been up too late, and it's starting to wear on me. So I'm trying to slowly work that backwards. Um. Anyways, that was almost 3 hours of Slay the Princess. This game is really good and very weird. Not spooky, which I'm okay with, but very weird, you know? Whew. Wow. Yeah, I don't. God. Eerie, perhaps? Otherworldly, I think is honestly the best way I would explain it. It is ethereal, it is existential, it is unsettling. But yeah, I don't know. It's very compelling is one word I would use. Um yeah. Man, I lack the words to really explain that other than like I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it, and definitely a game I want to play more of. Um but I don't know how to really qualify or quantify my experience right now. It has left me somewhat speechless, and maybe that in and of itself is a statement or testament to it. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm probably going to throw this onto the schedule myself if nobody adds it, uh, so that I can get back to it. I think this is a fun stream game. I think it's a really interesting thing to experience. But yeah, that is gonna do it for me tonight. So I'm going to say thank you once again to Terminals.io for giving me the opportunity to play Slay the Princess, especially the Pristine cut, as there's so much to explore. Oh, one of my achievements was rare? Apparently, the New Leaf in the Weathered Book, which was the lady with the flesh dress, is a super rare achievement right now. 0.6 people have found that. So that's something. Man, what an interesting game. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me tonight. I'll say that the fleshy bit seemed unfamiliar. Yeah, I think that was part of the new. You think it's new? Yeah, yeah, yeah. This really would be a good Twitch integration game. It really would. Like, it super duper would. Oh, apparently that percentage is already up to 1%. So, yeah, no, it'd be a great Twitch integration game, honestly. Because like it would just be like everyone votes on the choice, and we just let the game kind of autoplay. And every time you hit a choice, you know, people get a vote. It would be awesome. But, anyways, yeah. So unless somebody votes this game onto the schedule, I'm probably gonna end up adding it myself. And yeah, I haven't said it in a while, but like as a reminder, you can vote any game that I own onto the schedule, or vote up a game that's already on the schedule. Which I believe. There you go. Save your points and you'll do it anyways. Yeah, I probably will. But if I add it, it's going to go on the bottom of the list, which means I might not get to it for like another year or more. So that's the other half of the voting, being able to push things up the ranking. That's what the voting aspect is for, because it will shoot games up the schedule. And I made adjustments to it so that you can vote for things I add or things that you add onto the schedule. So it's it has power either way. But that is going to do it for me tonight. Let's go find someone to go say hi to. And Cian, I am so sorry that you just showed up to lurk right as I'm wrapping up. Holy crap, there's a lot of people on. Wait a minute. Cian, you're online. How can this be? Oh yeah, Cian is literally online. That's fun. Let's go say hi to... What is Rube doing? What is this? Web fishing. Oh, yes. Is web fishing a horror game? I couldn't figure that out. Nah. You know what? Let's go say hi to referee clerk. Which is the pushy uppy command? It's just voting. It's Where is it? It's like 2,500 points. Add a game to the schedule. I should probably update the copy on that a little bit to make it a little more obvious. But yeah, basically the idea is if you go to the URL in that, you can get a list of like every game I own, and you can add that game to the schedule as long as it's not marked as completed or abandoned. But you can also just look at the schedule, so see that's an upcoming that URL just above there, and you can choose to you can add a game to the list, but if it's the same game, it just gets another vote and it gets moved up. That's the idea behind it. I'm gonna fix the copy on that, give it a little bit more clarification. Perhaps System Shock 2, that would push it up. Yes, that is how that would work. Yep. Not like immediately. My script runs on a thing, but yes, I would add in your vote, and then eventually that schedule would update with a new order of things, and that order is basically what I use when I'm going to grab my next game. Mm-hmm. You would like to... Yeah, okay. Like that? Yeah, just like that. So... Just going to find that. Give that a new value. I will take your points. And now System Shock has 2 votes, and so that's going to candidate up the schedule. Because Space Horror is Space Horror in the Dark Engine. What? Was that a System Shock reference? Because I didn't get it. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna make a note actually to readdress the whole adding games to schedule thing, because maybe there's something we can do there. There we go. It's built on the Dark Engine, same as Thief, but it's Space Horror. Oh! I did not know that. That's good to know. Anyways, let's go raid Referee Clark. They're playing Silent Hill 2, which is a very appropriate game, given the season, and also it's new and everyone's playing it. So, we're gonna do that, and I'll be back on Friday officially with what the heck's that game called? Coral Island. Remember that game that I played like a month ago? We continue our sprint to the end in that game once again, and yeah, that's it. That's gonna do it for me tonight. So, as always, thank you, of course, for watching. Until next time, stay safe, have fun, be kind, and try your best out there. Stay fresh, cheese bags. Bye.
It made me like literally